that has been Transformers. Do make a date with us each and every Friday to catch the latest on what's happening in the economy. Time now to get into that other interview about online shopping for food products, and we're joined now by Duncan Mushangi, the MD for Hello Foods. Good afternoon and welcome to our studios.
Thank you very much again.
Let's begin by Hello Foods is a company that is sort of not known by many. Of course, we've seen a number of companies coming to try and set up and get that online market when it comes to online shopping for products. Now we're talking about people making online orders for food. How did you first and just come up with this idea?
Yes, so Hello Food is 3 years old in Kenya today. And basically to explain the concept, Hello Food is an online food marketplace. What that means is on one platform, you can find more than 250 restaurants with different cuisines that can all deliver to you either at home or in the office. Now, 3 years ago, we thought about food ordering space in Kenya, which is not new. People have been ordering food for the longest time. However, it was very traditional in the sense that you had to make a phone call. You had to have a phone number, speak to someone on the customer service side, place your order, explain where they need to bring the order to, even if it's your home or your office, and hopefully they'll get it right. And then you have to wait, and hopefully within an hour or so, you get your meal. So we saw a gap in the market where we had the technology. We saw the internet penetration in the country rising very fast. People are adopting smartphones, and the technology penetration was increasing. So we thought, how can we provide a technology platform to enable these restaurants reach out to customers who are already online and want a convenience, and they want the widest choice in terms of food delivery. So we came up with the concept of offering a website. That's where we began. However, over time, we had to innovate quite fast and realize that people are now turning mobile fast. People are onto the smartphones, and they're spending more time on their smartphone than on their computer accessing websites. So we invested in mobile applications. So today, more than 60% of all our order volumes come from a mobile application. Yes.
Interesting. Let's talk about some of the markets you are currently doing some good orders on. Perhaps walk us through that.
Yes. So when we looked at the whole city, we tried to identify where do people live, where do people work, where do they play, because this will obviously influence their ordering habits, their eating habits, and their shopping habits.
Yeah.
So Monday to Friday, most people are in the offices, and people are looking for a convenient place to get lunch. So where the office based, we have the CBD, Westlands area, Upper Hill, where the office concentration and a lot of employees work.
Yeah.
Then we find out where do people live. Now, high density areas also, we identify where these people are. Then we enter after the restaurants that the people ate from during lunch and during dinner. Now, Monday to Friday or over the weekend, where do you want to order from? So we brought together all this, and we were able to identify where the order volumes are, where the restaurants are, and connect the two, customers to the restaurants.
And looking at some of the key areas, the likes of Westlands, on average, on a single day, how many orders do you make?
So it's very hard for me to pinpoint for you numbers for Westlands alone, because we deliver hundreds and hundreds of meals every day. Now, what happens during the day is we have obviously a busy period. So between 11 and say 2:30, we'll have a surge in orders because everyone wants to have lunch, and so is the case during dinner. So our business fluctuates depending on peak times, because people more or less eat almost at the same time every day. However, I have to say, areas where people work and areas where people live, high density areas, we find more orders coming from there than low density populated areas.
Interesting. Talk to us about the trends that you've been seeing when it comes to people embracing shopping for food online, because food is not just any commodity.
Yes.
Of course, a lot of people, even myself, I would be uneasy to make an order for food online because anything can be put in that food. How do you convince that shopper that first and foremost, this is a genuine transaction? Number two, that the food you get will be safe and up to the standards?
Yeah, I have to say we have an uphill task when it comes to any other e-commerce platform or any other e-commerce company, because food, like you said, very delicate product.
Yeah.
However, from the beginning, we realized we need to get it right the first time. So it was about educating and about creating awareness to the customer. So we went out to the customers, and we take you through the process of ordering, and we will stick around with you until you get your delivery. Now, as well, on the restaurant side, we take a lot of time and a lot of effort to ensure that our partners are very high quality and can adhere to all the requirements and standards that we set for them. So we won't go out there and just sign any restaurant. No, we will not go and partner any restaurant. We'll have to make sure that the restaurant already adheres to certain standards. Now, they have all the certification that they're meant to have in the first place, from food handling and health and safety.
Yeah.
And beyond that, we'll look at their packaging. This food that live in the restaurant, will it reach your office or your home in the same condition, in a condition that you can enjoy it still? So we'll go ahead and even help the restaurants to source for the correct delivery packaging. Now, beyond that, we make sure that the food is handled in the most hygienic and the most safe way from the restaurant all the way to the customer's address. And I have to say, we've taken a lot of time to ensure that the customer is very comfortable with the process. Just to give you an update, initially when you tell people they could shop online, people think they could order, I don't know, shoes, electronic gadgets. But when you take it a step higher and tell them you could order food,
Yeah.
most of the time when you order food, you probably want it within a few minutes. And that's one of the things that we have to get right, that the delivery time cannot be very long. Delivery time has got to be very short. Now, to cap it all, we made sure that initially we encourage the customer, you only pay once you get your food and once you're satisfied with the service.
That's
and
a good model.
Yeah, and like I said, once you get it right the first time, since, after that it becomes a organic growth. The customer keeps on coming back every time.
Interesting. And final question, one of the staff members here, known as Raul, he's one of those guys who likes to go to the kibanda kind of places to have lunch.
Yeah.
How do you target this market? Because it's also a market that you'd really want to have on board, because a lot of Kenyans love this indigenous food.
Yeah. So the best thing about Hello Food and our value proposition to the customers is the choice. All right. So we have more than 250 restaurant partners. That means you could easily filter and you could easily find, hundreds and hundreds of cuisines. I'm talking from your local African cuisine,
Chapati
Kenyan
dondo.
staple, yes, Kenyan staple. So each and every restaurant will have its own specialty. Now, I encourage everyone to explore. It's about food discovery.
Yeah.
Now, you might assume that a certain restaurant does not have your chapati dondo, but you might be very surprised. They have chapati on the side, and they have some very nice bean curry. And you combine these two, and you have exactly a Kenyan staple, but presented in a very good way.
So he can actually make an order and it can be delivered?
It will be delivered. So like I'm saying, it's about
For real?
It will be delivered for real. It's about the choice. So most people are willing to try out on fast food because they know how it is, they know how it looks like. However, I encourage everyone to use the platform to discover the local restaurants that have even your local staple Kenyan food. Yeah.
Maybe briefly, Duncan, as we wind up, what's Hello Foods targeting to be in the next 5 years? All
right, so Hello Food in its third year, we've come a long way to clean out our operations and educate our customers. And now it's a very exciting time because more and more brands are coming online and they're using Hello Food. So international chains that are already in the market, they're preferring to use Hello Food because it's already built a customer base and it's already built the technology. Now, in the next 5 years, we see Hello Food becoming the ubiquitous reference when you talk about food. Right, so when you're thinking about the weekend, you want to get something quick to eat or you have some guests over, we don't want you fumbling around in the kitchen. Just quickly go on an application and you can find so much choice and quickly order for a meal to be delivered to your home. So we see Hello Food becoming the ubiquitous food platform in the country.
Many thanks. That's a good place to end the conversation.
Thank you so much, Reten.
We've been speaking there to Duncan Mushangi, who is the Managing Director of Hello Foods. Of course, sharing with us some of the key trends when it comes to online shopping for food. And he does say that they are the next big companies to watch out for. Of course, we'll continue to train our cameras and just see whether they live up to the expectations. And that has been Business Today for today. My name is Abia Gina. And coming up next is the day's Swahili News with Ali Manzu. Evening.